Hey guys, today we are talking about 6 reasons to use grass-fed butter on a ketogenic diet. I know for most of us, at some point in our life, we heard that butter was bad for us, that it was high in saturated fat and cholesterol, and it would clog up our arteries. But we know today, 21st century science has shown that saturated fats are a very stable fat. They actually help reduce inflammation in your body, and they promote heart health. And the cool thing is when we get butter from grass-fed cows, and the cows are able to eat grass, it's super rich in antioxidants as well as key micronutrients that help support an anti-inflammatory environment in our body, helps support the production of ketones, and really helps support a healthy brain and body. And so a couple reasons why we want to use grass-fed butter. Number one is that it's really the richest source of butyrate. And butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid that's produced by your gut bacteria. So when we eat fiber, if we have a healthy microbiome, our gut bacteria will actually break down that fiber and produce butyrate, which reduces inflammation in our body. And also butyrate can be used by our muscle cells as well as our heart cells as an energy source. Well, grass-fed butter is a pure source of butyrate, so we actually get more butyrate in without really our gut bacteria having to do any work. So we get that butyrate in, helps reduce inflammation, helps also support our enterocytes in our intestine, which helps them become stronger and prevents against leaky gut. So grass-fed butter or ghee, which is made from grass-fed butter, it's a clarified butter, those are great for helping to heal leaky gut, helping reduce inflammation throughout our body. Now, grass-fed butter has trace amounts of lactose, casein, and whey. It's super small amounts. Most people do really well with it. However, if you know you've got a significant food sensitivity or allergy to lactose, casein, or whey, then typically you'll be able to respond well to ghee, which is completely free of those things. And so you just gotta try that out. If you didn't respond well to grass-fed butter, try out the ghee. So go for that. So we talked about butyrate. Number 2 is that grass-fed butter and ghee is rich in retinol. Retinol is a fat-soluble vitamin A. So it's a different type of vitamin A than we would get from carrots or sweet potatoes. Those are rich in carotenoids, but not in retinol. Retinol, we're gonna get from things like grass-fed beef liver or cod liver oil, for example, would be rich in retinol. Also, egg yolk. Well, grass-fed butter is super, super rich in retinol. In fact, studies have shown that when a cow eats grass, 100% grass diet, when they're eating a lot of greens, 10 to 13 times more of this retinol than what we get when the cows are eating grains. Retinol is incredible for the brain, really good for the eyes. I mean, think about it, we have a retina, which is the main component that senses the environment and gives us the perspective of vision. Well, we've got retinol to help support that. It's the antioxidant to support our retina. So grass-fed butter is really, really good for our eyes, preventing against cataracts and glaucoma, and just in general supporting healthy vision. Also really good for the brain as well as the skin. You think about our eyes, okay, and our retina is kind of like an extension of the brain and the skin. In fact, in embryological development, the same outer layer, this ectoderm, helps form our skin. It also helps form our nervous system, so nerves, the brain, and the eyes. And so retinol is one of the most important nutrients for those. Another powerful nutrient that's in grass-fed butter also supports these areas, and it's omega-3 fatty acids, particularly long-chain omega-3s like EPA and DHA. Well, we know we get those from wild-caught fish, like wild-caught sockeye salmon, things like that. Sardines are rich in these types of long-chain fats. Well, we also get them in grass-fed butter, so it's a really good source of these long-chain omega-3 fats that reduce inflammation in our body. Also, we've got a ton of additional nutrients in there, such as things like choline and serine, which support neurotransmitter formation. In fact, phosphatidylcholine or phospholipids, which are very rich in grass-fed butter, they actually support all the cell membranes in our body, right? So the outer membrane of every cell in our body is made up of phospholipids, and so we get a lot of that in grass-fed butter. So it helps support healthy cellular environment. And then choline is really important for the production of a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. And acetylcholine is important for gut motility, right? So healthy bowel activity. Acetylcholine is also very important for memory formation. It's the main neurotransmitter associated with memories. So actually consuming grass-fed butter or ghee will give us more choline to produce more acetylcholine and have better, sharper memory and cognitive acceleration, just overall mental clarity. So very, very powerful food for those perspectives. And then finally, it's the richest source of conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. And CLA is a very potent anti-carcinogenic fatty acid. In fact, Dr. Michael Pariza, who's the famed researcher who discovered CLA back in 1987, in his studies, he looked at rats with different tumors. He said that there's no other fatty acid, and that includes omega-3s, and this is according to one of the top experts. He says there's no other fatty acid that's more important for preventing cancer formation than conjugated linoleic acid. Well, you know what? When a cow eats grass, we get 300 to 500% more CLA than if the cow ate grains. So stay away from your regular butter, stick to your grass-fed butter. One great brand is Kerrygold. You can find this at your health food store. You can order it online. Lots of grocers are starting to carry it just due to the popularity, because people are seeing extraordinary benefits using grass-fed butter. Again, if for some reason you haven't been able to do grass-fed butter, you can also try ghee. Okay, this is Pure Indian Foods. This is actually a ghee, and they actually put different herbs in there like cardamom and cinnamon, right, and ginger. Really good stuff to support the digestive tract. So very, very good one for somebody that maybe has leaky gut or autoimmune disease. So try out a ghee with some of these supportive herbs in there. So that's 6 ways to use, or 6 reasons why you would want to use grass-fed butter or ghee on a ketogenic diet. And how do you use it? I mean, you can literally just scoop it and put it in your mouth, and you get those good fats. Your body's going to turn those into ketones. It's going to support healthy cellular energy production. Of course, you could use it in baking. You could use it in cooking. It does have a high smoke point. Personally, I don't like to cook with it because it damages the fat-soluble antioxidants like retinol, okay? So if you cook with grass-fed butter, you're not gonna get the retinol. However, if you put it, let's say you steam up broccoli or cauliflower, and then you put the grass-fed butter on top of that and allow it to melt, it will still preserve those antioxidants like the retinol that's in there, and it's gonna support your body. Also, I forgot to even mention, one great benefit is vitamin D and vitamin K2. It's super rich, grass-fed butter, in vitamin D and vitamin K2, which helps support healthy calcium metabolism, getting calcium out of the bloodstream and into the bones where it belongs. It's actually one of the reasons why grass-fed butter is one of the best things for your heart. Because when we look at plaque, most of a plaque is not cholesterol. Only about 25% is cholesterol. Most of it is calcium. About 50% is calcium. And so we've got to get good calcium metabolism. We've got to get calcium out of the bloodstream and put it into the muscles as well as the bones where it belongs. And vitamin D and vitamin K2 are especially important for that, as well as magnesium. We find all of those in grass-fed butter. So again, melt it on your vegetables. Use it if you're baking goods. You can use it in cooking. Try to get some raw grass-fed butter in your diet on a daily basis, as well as using it cooked to get those healthy fats, and you will see tremendous differences and tremendous benefits on your ketogenic journey. And so if you're using grass-fed butter, I'd love to hear from you in the comments box below.